Hi friends, I'm Nicole and welcome to my channel. Today is my first time ever doing canned tomatoes or canning of anything. I'm going to be doing the water bath method. I'm going to do one cold pack and one hot pack method. I'm going to just try them both and see which one I like more. These are from previously frozen tomatoes, so because my harvest doesn't all come at once. So come along with me, share my journey. If I make any mistakes in the video, let me know in the comments below because again, this is my first time. So come along with this journey with me. The first thing I'm going to be doing is these are the cherry tomatoes. I'm going to be taking off all these little ends, washing them well, and these are going to be the cold pack. This is going to be a very tedious job. I probably should have taken these ends off when I froze them, but again, I didn't know because I'm new to all this. That was one of the things I wanted to do with my channel, was things that I've never done but always wanted to do. I'm better at things like quick breads and family meals on the go. Those are more things that I'm experienced with. Dehydration, I'm not experienced with canning. I've always been a little bit scared with it. But after watching some of my favorite YouTube channels, like one of them that I watch, she started like 2 years ago and she brought everybody on her journeys with her. And I just thought, you know what? If she can do it, I can do it. I need to quit being scared when it comes to canning and just do it. There's one floating in here. Do you see that floating? I don't know if that's, oh no, it's dropping. I don't know, maybe it was, I don't know. Still a little frozen. I put these out of the freezer about 2 hours ago, and then I put them in some warm water. So they've been defrosting for a while. They still feel a little bit cold, but not too bad. I'm hoping, now I could have hot bath these as well, but honestly, I've seen the finished product of the cherry tomatoes with the cold pack, and I just thought, you know what, I really want to try that. Just because they look so pretty when they're stored, and why not, you know? Oh my gosh, I don't even know how many pints this is gonna fill. I wanted to do half pints on these cherry tomatoes, but I never found any recipes at all for half pints. And I looked and looked online, YouTube. I couldn't find anything. I even looked inside my canning book, and there was nothing for half pints. So I was like, well, I don't know what to do. Or one of the reasons why I bought this specific, sorry, I can't even talk. This specific canner is because it says hot bath or pressure canning. So I wanted kind of a 2-in-1 just to see. I do need to go and buy myself a rack that come in the water bath canners so that I can have a double layer sometimes if I decide to do that, like with jam or something. I definitely want as much jam as possible. So that's when my strawberries decide to give me more yield, hopefully next year. If you watch my previous video, you'll see that I struggled with my strawberries this year. I mean, I just recently moved back to Colorado, so I'm just starting my my garden, and I definitely want to have a strawberry patch because, you know, perennials, planted once and done. Even though strawberries, I know, they're like biennials, but they reproduce themselves, so as long as I'm taking care of the bed, my strawberries, I only have to buy it once. I only have to plant it once. It will replant itself. I just need to, you know, maintain the bed once I get it going. But the only one that survived was a June bearing. I let it give me runners on purpose. It gave me like, it's still alive, but it's not giving me any runners again. I think it gave me like 3 runners. So I let it do that just because I want to populate the bed, especially since the other ones died. All of my everbearings died. And then after thinking about it, after, you know, being all sad about it, I was like, you know what? Maybe I want the June bearings over the everlasting. Yeah, I want to be able to go out into the garden and pick some strawberries and eat them fresh and give some to the girls. The girls are my chickens. But what is my ultimate goal with strawberries? My ultimate goal is strawberry jam. My favorite jam is raspberries, but I love strawberry jam. It's easy. And so that was my choice, was just to do strawberries. I might maybe in the future do raspberries. I tried doing gooseberries. Oh, that one's still frozen. Throw it in there. Hopefully it'll thaw before. Well, this one's frozen too. Oh. Anyways, I tried doing gooseberries because I wanted to do gooseberry preserves for pie and whatever, but they did not survive. I'm not sure. I bought everything online. And I think the supplier that I was buying from just did not send me quality things. The only thing that has survived is my 2 dwarf apples, although one of them technically hasn't survived. It's dormant. It seems green, but it hasn't come out of dormancy, so I'm not sure what's happened with that. And then my aronia, which, you know, some people are definitely not going to like that. My family's not going to like it. I'm going to like it. Oh, look at how cute. I should have given that to the chickens. See that? That's fine. I didn't give it to the chickens, so I'm going to just go ahead and put it in there. Oh, my kettle's already going. I'm not even ready yet. Wait. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, aronia. So, a lot of people are not going to like it because it's supposed to be bitter. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it. I know I can, you know, I wanted a bunch of perennials. I chose the aronia. The thing is, I like my wines. I like Merlot. And just more things with pucker. So, I'm okay with that. I love currants. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I'm just happy it survived. It's for now. We'll see if it survives the winter, but I have not actually planted it in the ground yet because when I got it, it was like that big. You know, like I can't plant that. Not with my dogs. It'll be destroyed. So I have it in a bed for now. That's going to go to the chickens. And when I'm done, or next year, in the springtime, I'm hoping it'll grow enough within the first couple weeks that I can plant it in the ground. Another reason why I didn't plant it in the ground is because I did plant a bunch of stuff in the ground and a lot of it didn't do well. Oh, you know what? Another thing that did well was my my sand cherry bushes. Now those are not, you know, real big. I mean, they did grow. I planted all 4 of them. And they grew, they're probably about 2 feet right now. Which to me, I think is fine for the first year, you know. I'm not expecting any type of berries or anything. I've read things where people are like, well, if you're going to, you know, you might not even get anything from sand cherries because some of them are just for foliage, which is fine. If it's foliage, it's foliage. That's one less spot I have to deal with the weeds. Because when I moved into this place last year, there was weeds everywhere. We moved in May, and I bought this house sight unseen. We moved in May, and because we were in a different state. And there was just, I've been battling weeds ridiculously. So I'm hoping that the more I plant back there, which, you know, this is of course going to be the case, the more I plant and I maintain, the less room the weeds are going to have. We do have like a weird weed tree. I'm not even sure what that is. It does grow into a tree, but it like pops up out of the ground from nowhere. And it's like the tree is sending out roots, which is then sending out little bushes that become trees. It's ugly. It's invasive. I should show you guys a video of it just so you guys will know what I'm talking about. I don't know what it is. I want to eradicate it. It's a nuisance. And I don't want to kill trees. But these are not good trees, and they are invading my sewer pipes. So, can't have that. The sewer pipe runs like not exactly halfway through my yard, but it's like almost in the center. It's kind of a pain in the butt because I can't plant, like I said, I got dwarf apples. I would love to have standard apple trees, 2 of them. My neighbor has a crab apple, which, you know, could pollinate just one tree easily. But I can't rely on him to not cut that. You know, like, hey, don't cut down your apple tree, your crab apple, because it'll kill mine or mine won't produce. So I don't want to have to rely on my neighbors. But I could do one standard and a crab, but I don't have enough room in my backyard, to be honest. My backyard's not that big. This is city living. So we're gonna do our best is to be as self-sustainable. Oh, that's another bust. I'm gonna give that to the chicken as well. As possible in the city, which, you know, it is possible. And the way things are going, and I'm hearing some bad things. I'm hearing we're gonna be devastated with food, and I'm seeing images. Well, we've been having the homeless population problem for a while. I haven't seen any encampments where I'm at too bad, but, you know, it's going to get worse because the housing is getting worse. So the food prices are going to go out. It's going to be ridiculously crazy. So, a lot of our jobs also depend on the economy. So, you know, if the economy sinks, people are going to lose their jobs. So the best thing that we can do is keep our mortgage up to date and just make sure that we're paying as much as we can every time, just in case. And then also become self-sufficient as much as we can. You know, food prices are going to be ridiculous. So my chickens are going to give me eggs for a couple of years because this is my first year with them. Again, you know, we moved here last May, so then this year I went and grabbed my chickens, and but I still have to feed them as well. So, you know, chickens are not free. It helps. But we do have. I mean, you know, they can eat those weeds out there, but I don't let mine free range. I've lost 2 flocks in another state to predators from letting them free range. One of them was my dog, to be honest. My Cocker Spaniel had a field day one day when we left him out, and I didn't think that my cute little Cocker Spaniel had that in him, but they are bred for bird hunting, so there you go. But he took out one. He's no longer with us, so he was a good little buddy. And not because of that. Should probably add that. He's not with us because, you know, life, not because of that. But another one, I'm not sure what took out my second flock. So my husband told me no more chickens because he, you know, devastation, money, time, effort, just, you know. And I agreed, but then my heart just kept singing to me that I needed my chickens. So I decided I could convince him to let me have more. Not let me have, but, you know, agree with me about it. If I could find something that would be predator proof. And I did that. I'm going to be cleaning out the coop. Supposed to be today. It might be next week, Depends on if I can get to it today or not. I should have given that away too, but why did I even... I might have accidentally... Sometimes I go grab them in groups and I accidentally get the little green ones. But, yeah, I'll show you the coop when I go to clean it. I still have a bunch left. So I'm going to bring you back when I'm done with this. And then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, friends, so we got all of them ready to go. I have the toothpick just in case I feel like I need to poke them. We're gonna start filling them up. Okay, so I'm just grabbing them like this and just poking them and then plopping them in there. But I'm doing it quicker. I mean, some of them don't need to be poked. And you know what, if I don't poke them all, that's fine. As long as they're not all floating to the top, I guess, that's fine. Oh, I just got one. Some of these busted while I was doing them, so obviously those ones don't need to be poked. And I don't know if you have to poke them. It's just a little trick that somebody from, and I don't remember who, from YouTube said, poke them. If you don't want them, see, some of them are bursting when I'm poking them, so I don't know if this is something I want to do. How about I'll do this one poking, and then we'll try some without. See if there's a difference with poking or not. But you just put them all in there, pack them in. I don't know if I have enough. Alright, I'm just done with poking, actually. We're just gonna pack in as many as we can. Supposed to leave a ½ inch of head space there, but you know, it's gonna be watered, so I'm not sure if I'm even doing this right. I was hoping to get a good 4 out of the cherry tomatoes before I moved on to the others. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. Looks like I might only get 3. I overestimated how many I actually had, apparently. Just fill these up. I know once I go to debubble, it's gonna drop them even more because I've watched people do that before. Okay, so now I got my big ones in there. And I was told, oh, these are not completely defrosted. That's going here. So let's see. Yay! Look at that. Yay. Okay, so we're gonna blend up these tomatoes here more. I've been blending. Okay, so I got those blended tomatoes in a pot. We're gonna bring those up to a small little simmer going. And then we're gonna let those simmer for, I think the instructions said 5 minutes once they become a simmer. And then from there, we're gonna can them up. In the meantime, we're gonna come over here to where these tomatoes are, because I still have these going here. And we're gonna put 1 tablespoon of lemon juice in each. I don't know if I was supposed to do this before or after I put the boiling water in it, but we'll just do it now. Got my little tablespoon for 1 pint. 2 tablespoons for a quart is what I've been reading. So this is my tablespoon. Just gonna put a tablespoon in each of them. You know what I did off of camera, which I'm not sure I'm allowed to do or not, but I did it. You guys can tell me if I'm not supposed to. I went and harvested all my other cherry tomatoes that I had and cleaned them up and threw them in here also. So if I wasn't supposed to do that, well, let me know, and hopefully these turn out okay. But the recipe I'm following was supposed to be for fresh tomatoes, so I figured, you know what? I'm just going to do it anyways. And hopefully that's safe enough. Okay. I'm pouring a teacup in of water. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of water that needs to go in there. I must have packed these really tight. Okay. Actually, it's settling a little bit, so. Okay. And then I need to see, somehow I feel like that's not enough water. I don't know. And then I need to debubble it. I had the debubbler available. Oh, it's right in front of my face. Okay. And then I guess I go in there and I just mix it up so it doesn't get bubbles going in it. Because I can't have bubbles because that's bad. I'm like trying not to crush the tomatoes while I'm doing this. It's easier said than done. Just get it in there, and I've watched people do this so many times. I'm like, how are they not crushing everything? I don't know. I don't know how they're not crushing. I'm having a hard time trying not to crush. But I'm doing it. Just trying to get all those air bubbles out because I do not want my first batch going bad. I'm so scared of botulism. Like, it's taken me years to do this. This is years in the making on my first canning because I was so scared. So hopefully that was enough. And then I see I need to retop one of them. This is very hot. I'm like afraid of busting these lids too, or these glasses. Okay, it says 1/2 inch. Oops, I think I got too much on that one. Okay, this came in the toolkit. It has the inches on it. So let's see. I think that's 1/2 inch. Okay, so that one's good. That one's good. That one's not good. Is that 1/2 inch? Yes. I know, I might be overthinking this, but you know what? I'm a newbie. And I want to make sure it's perfect. Okay. So those are all 1/2 inch. Looks like my other one is starting to boil, so here we go. Oh wait, I almost forgot to wipe them. I have to wipe the rims so that it's clean. Oh my God, I got some in the water. Yes, am I overdoing this? Maybe. But I'm scared, so. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and then finger tight. And I've always wondered what that meant, but I'm gonna find out, aren't I? Hopefully no siphoning like people say they have, or whatever it is that they're warning me against. Okay, so those are done. Yay, there's 3. But I'm gonna go ahead and put these in there for now. The water is warm, but not, well, I'm gonna have to fill it up more. Well, actually, I don't know how much it's gonna need to be filled once I get these in there. I think the processing time is the same. Okay, friends, so I decided to go ahead and put some garlic powder and some basil in here because I thought it would smell good, and I love basil. I love basil. Now, if I had known that I was going to do that, I would have gotten some fresh basil, but I don't. I didn't know. This was like a very last minute decision here. I'm going to try and ladle this in without using that plastic thing because that bothers me. And we'll see how it goes. I got a really tiny ladle. What if it's less? Is that a problem if it's less? Google. I should Google it. I'm gonna Google it. Hold on. Okay, so I have no idea. But you know what I do know is that I still have to put the juice in. I probably should have done that first. Let's go ahead and put this in now, and then I can debubble. I think I still debubble with this. Not 100 on that. There's that. And that. And that. And that. Okay. So that's just, I don't know if I'm supposed to do this or not with this. You guys let me know. See some air bubbles on the top. Okay, let's see now. That's 1/2 inch. That's 3/4 of an inch. That's 1/2 inch. That's 3/4. Okay, well, you know what? Close enough. Close enough. Not ready, so let's go ahead and wipe these clean because these are nasty. Yeah. And I dropped it in there. That's lovely. Nicole's not very good at this. That's okay. It's my first time. So this is what yes, I made a huge mess everywhere. See my mess? Yes, okay. Bless this mess. So I was told, oops, to put the lid like this. This is the pressure canner. Without sealing it, just put it on there like, you know, loosely. And to do it that way. But I think I have to wait until it's simmering to do it, and it's not simmering yet. Is that in there? So this is how much space I have in there. Not sure if that's okay or not. This seems like a really big pot, although I'm grateful for it. I think it's 16 something. I don't know. But yeah, here we go. I'm gonna let this come to a boil and then we'll put the lid on and I'll bring it right back. Hi friends, while this process is behind me, I just wanted to give you my thoughts on my first time canning. I will be doing it again in the future. I'm glad that for my first time I got both the dry pack and hot pack done. It took double the time, so next time I think I'll just do one method. But both methods are under my belt now. For the water bath canning, I still have to do the pressure canning, which I will in the future. It took me only 2 years to finally get up enough guts to do this. I wish I had done it before. It's a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be. A little bit more time consuming. I didn't realize it was gonna need so many tomatoes. Next time I'll make sure I have more tomatoes. That way I'm getting all the jars that I have ready and prepped that I can fill. But other than that, I'm happy. Thank you for watching and sharing this journey with me. And if you like what you saw, like and subscribe, and you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching, friends. Okay, I just took these out. They look okay, but of course I don't know what they're supposed to look like. I've seen people's before where they're like bubbling inside. Mine are not doing that. Not if I'm supposed to, if they're supposed to be boiling inside or not. But because they're not boiling inside, I'm thinking maybe I did something wrong. Were they not hot enough? I don't know. I boiled for the amount of time I was supposed to, so I'm gonna assume that these are okay. Now I'm freaking out just a little bit. All right, well, there you have it.